video we will look at the Magnifier, which is an accessibility feature on all iPads. Magnifier is very easy to use and a very handy everyday tool to magnify objects using the camera on the iPad. For the purpose of the video, this floating circle you see on the screen replaces my finger on the screen. So let's have a look, and we're going to press the home button. From here we tap on settings, and then on the left hand side we choose the option of accessibility. Now we can see that Magnifier is the third option here under the vision section, and I just want to point out that Magnifier is different to zoom, which was covered in a previous video. So I choose on Magnifier. So you can see there are not many options here, but I have to enable the feature here by tapping on the toggle button first to turn it on. When using the Magnifier, some people prefer to use it in portrait rather than landscape, so that all the features are to the bottom of the screen rather than the side. So you can turn on the rotation lock for this. To enable this, you swipe down from the top of the right hand corner and you tap on the option here that looks like a lock with an arrow around it. So now I can go back to my home screen. To turn on the Magnifier, I now triple press the home button, which turns it on. For iPads with no home button, you triple click the power button. Remember, by triple pressing the home button, you are opening the accessibility shortcuts where you may have other features set up here in the same manner. So from here, I am going to choose Magnifier. Now my Magnifier turns on. You can hold the iPad over printed material just like you would hold a handheld magnifier. You can use the slider, which is at the very bottom here, to zoom in and to zoom out. Or you can use the pinch to zoom, which is place two fingers on the screen and move them apart to zoom out and move them together to zoom in. There is a lock button to the bottom left, and there's also a filter button to the bottom right, which we will look at in a moment. First, I want to show you how to capture a still image and why you would want to do this. So we look at the bottom of the screen here. We have a white button, and I'm going to hold up my page, and now I am going to press this button. It has turned yellow, which means I can now move my iPad away from my material, and I still have the option to zoom in, pan around, and zoom out. So you may have noticed this button has turned yellow. This means that the image is now frozen on the screen. The image will stay frozen on the screen until I press this now yellow button again. So I can place down my iPad, my hands are free, and I can go and get my ingredients for my dish. Now let's take a look at the filter button. When I press this button, I get some more options. We have two sliders. So the first one is to do with brightness. I can change the brightness, increase or decrease, and I can also change the contrast by sliding the button up and down. I can also change the color of how I want to view this. So I have white and blue, and if I want to invert that, I press this little button down here to invert, and it gives me blue and white. I also have blue and yellow, and invert that, yellow and blue. It's important to point out that captured images are not stored in the iPad. The magnifier will only freeze an image which will be replaced by the next image taken. So it is very important that if you need to keep or refer to this material again, then you take a screenshot of it. All screenshots are stored in the photo gallery. To take a screenshot, you press the home button and the power button together. On an iPad Pro, you press the power button and the volume up button together. And you exit Magnifier by pressing the home button.